You and I are gathered here today against a common enemy, one who has plagued our ad accounts for years. And although we compete against one another in the races to riches, glory, and bountiful babes, the only way we can win is if we unite together. And future generations will sing about our battle for an eternity as we defeat the TikTok algorithm once and for all. Yes, I'm going to be sharing with you 8 unique methods that you can cure those TikTok ad spending woes forever. And this is straight out of my ad agency playbook because guess what? We're all dealing with this. This is like the pandemic. No one is immune to these ad account spending issues. So let's get into our first method of curing them with an add to cart campaign. So if you set up your campaign, your audiences are active, your ads are active, but TikTok is being like a stubborn vending machine that won't take your $1 bill, this is what you need to do. So basically, if you have set up your campaign to optimize for complete payments, which you should automatically do because you're trying to make purchases here, you're trying to make money, not just getting link clicks because that doesn't go into your bank account. The smartest thing you can do initially is switching to a higher funnel objective. So if you're at purchases, the next higher funnel objective would be add to carts because someone has to add to cart and then they purchase. And then the objective above that would be clicking your link. And this is straight from the horse's mouth. I'm not making this up. My TikTok ad rep actually sent me this article right here that says, hey, you want to switch to a higher funnel objective if you're struggling to reach 50 conversions or if your campaign is just not spending all of the budget. It literally says right here from add to cart if you have purchase as the main objective so that you can spend your budget more significantly. So what you want to do in the same ad account that you're having these spending issues, create a new campaign just like this, do conversions, scroll down the name of the campaign, just do it an add to cart campaign name. It doesn't really matter. But the only thing that you're changing is you want to optimize for add to carts. So you're going to scroll on down here and then for optimization event, instead of complete payment, do add to cart, a higher funnel objective that you're more likely to find people that are going to perform that certain event. Now for placement, do TikTok, do all these settings right here, user comment off, video download off. The interests, just do the interests that you were already targeting in your original campaign. So if the interests you were targeting were lifestyle, and then let's say, for instance, I'm selling a relationship product. So yeah, we chose relationship. If that was some of the interests we used in the original campaign, then just do the same thing for the add to cart campaign. So we scroll on down. Doesn't matter about the audience size, day parted, who cares? You can do all day. This really doesn't matter when you're setting this up. I do lowest cost, and you're just gonna publish this one audience, let it spend for a full day, and that usually will make a huge difference. And then when it comes to the ad, just pick one of the ads that you already made for your product. Just do one ad, don't do all 3, 4, 5, 6. Just do one. The text honestly doesn't even matter. If you really want though, you can try to get some purchases because it is possible with these add to cart campaigns. So for this product, I'm selling this car cup holder. So I would literally just do the name of the product, which for us is Cup X. Then whatever my sale is, I believe we're doing 60% off for this product, 60% off sale. And soon, shop now. La-di-da-di-da, you got everything set up. Boom, you chose your custom identity. If you don't know how to do that, you just click create custom identity. You do the name of your brand, put your logo there, and boom, you're ready to go. Scrolling on down, for our call to action, I always will do shop now. So standard, shop now, paste the link of your brand. So let me just do that right now. This is actually one of our client stores. I have no problem showing this because we already tested this product and it's so saturated that it didn't even work on TikTok. That's how you know something is super duper saturated. So we scroll on down, click submit, and that's all you need to do. So again, you want to let this run for a full day. And if it does spend everything, the next step is to recreate your original campaign and see if it spends. If you don't know how to recreate a campaign, super simple. So just imagine that your ad card campaign has spent the full $20. You're like, oh my God, it's finally spending money. You turn it off. You can delete it if you want. It really doesn't matter in my opinion. Then you go to the campaign that you had to turn off, which was your original campaign that's optimizing for complete payments. We go down, see what our audiences are, and you're just going to be duplicating them into a new campaign, but you're not changing anything else. So again, we'll just do a new campaign. We'll say this is a retest campaign, something like that. And then all 3 of my audiences right here, I'm just moving over to a new campaign, sort of resetting it, letting TikTok approve it, and then we'll see if that spends. Nothing else is being changed. You don't change the ad, just recreate it, and you're good to go. And then once you recreate that campaign, you'll see your ads right here. You have your 3 audiences, your 5 audiences, or however many audiences that you had in that original campaign. It should all say active, and 90% of the time that is gonna fix whatever ad spending issues you have. Now, if you set up your ads card campaign and it's not spending whatsoever, my next recommendation would be setting up a new pixel. So in order to do that, you go to assets in your ad account, click on event, and setting up a new pixel really isn't that hard with Shopify. They make it super easy to do. And I know some people actually do set up a new pixel even when they're scaling ad accounts. So if you want to know how to do that, go to web events right here, click on manage, and you'll see all the pixels you already have set up. Because yeah, sometimes it is a pixel issue. The pixel that you set up just isn't working. So what we can do is we're gonna go to set up web events right here. And this is where you're gonna create your new TikTok pixel. So you're gonna select TikTok pixel. You can enter whatever name you want. It can be the name of your business. It could be your name. It could be what people bullied you with in high school. So for me, it would be Giraffe Boy. And then we'll just type that all in. But guess what? This Giraffe Boy's making money. So who's laughing now? They're all bagging my groceries in high school. But once you do that, you're gonna do automatically set up web events. You're gonna click on Shopify. We're gonna click next, just like this. And once we're doing all that, it's gonna take a second to load. I know my computer is very slow. I have about 10,000 tabs. Probably about 50% of the world's internet tabs are mine. I'm not gonna lie to you. So if we scroll down, connect account, all this stuff, this should be done in Shopify. So what you wanna do is go to Shopify, make sure you have TikTok as a sales channel. In fact, it's really impossible to run ads if you don't already have it. So click on the sales channel. Let's go on here, click on next, connect your pixel directly in Shopify. Yep, we're gonna click on next, complete setup. Yep. I'm gonna talk like Gary Vee when I do this. Yep. All right, so gratitude. Basically, the way you wanna change your TikTok pixel. Go to data sharing, maximum, and then let's disconnect the one we already have, and we should be able to see the new pixel that we just made. So let's go here, click on maximum, click on Giraffe Boy, or whatever you did, click on connect. Then once we do that, it's all confirmed, it's good to go. After you set up your new pixel, I would recommend recreating your original campaign again, do complete payment, do the same number of audiences, same number of ads, and see if it spends with you selecting that new pixel. So that's the real important thing. So if I was to recreate this campaign right here, what I would do is click copy. Again, we're gonna recreate all of the different audiences, but for this first one, let's just type in a random name. We're gonna click on duplicate, conversions, complete payment, but you need to remember to change that pixel. So I wanna show you how to do it because a lot of times I'll give this advice, people will make a new pixel, but then when they're setting up their new campaign, they select the same old pixel. So you wanna go down here, select pixel C, because it automatically will select the old one you use. So that's where you select that new pixel, then you're gonna select on complete payment. So let's scroll on down, boom, click on next, set up the audience, and then boom, that's how you do it. Now, before I get into this next point, if you guys have any specific questions about TikTok ads or you're looking for solutions to a certain problem, feel free to hit me up on Instagram. I love talking to you guys. I love discussing new strategies, how I'm scaling my brands, and I'm always posting new stuff about what I'm doing with my own ad agency. So if you guys want to learn more about TikTok ads, feel free to follow, send me a DM over there, and you'll get some great value. Wait a minute, so you tried both those methods and it's still not spending? Sheesh, I don't know what you did to piss off the TikTok gods, but our next method would be just creating a backup TikTok ad account. That happens a lot of times where I will set up a new account for our clients, run the same exact ads, same exact audiences, and then magically, boom, it starts spending money. So when it comes to creating a new TikTok ad account, it really isn't that difficult. You can do that inside of Shopify if you really wanted. So going on to Shopify, we're on TikTok right here. Let me go back to overview so you can see. So you're gonna go to settings, you'll see the ad accounts that you already have connected. And basically all you wanna do, click on disconnect, just like this. And it gives you the option to create a new one literally right here. It makes it super easy. So I'm already logged into my business account, but you can see right here, create new, just like this, put in your information, always do United States, so you can get that US TikTok ad account. That's how you can advertise everywhere. That's that liquid gold right there. So you're gonna scroll on down, make sure you do, business name doesn't really matter. That's just how they name the ad account. Phone number, obviously make sure it's a US phone number. If you need to buy one, definitely do that. And then industry is gonna be other. By clicking here, sign up and connect, and then boom, it'll set up a new ad account. Make sure you access it, put in a payment method, and then you're just gonna recreate the campaign on that new ad account. And that's exactly what happened to this client right here. We set up all these different campaigns. As you can see, we set up the ads cart campaign for this doggo robe. We did new creatives. We tried a different budget. Nothing would spend whatsoever. And then all we did is just created a backup ad account for him, did the exact same campaign, exact same ads, and boom, everything started spending just like that, just by making this backup ad account. Now, if you want to see what this product is, because Doggo Robe sounds very appealing, I'll just show you a quick 5-second snippet of one of our ads. Oh my god, it's the cutest little thing I've ever seen. It's like a little towel, but it's made for your dog. It's a hoodie in a way too. So I thought that was super eye-catching. It's very unique. It's something I haven't really seen, but it didn't work out for us. And that doesn't mean you have to source all new clips and edit all new ads together, because that's such back-breaking, tiring work. I mean, golly, I'd rather be a soldier in Vietnam getting shot at than having to spend a few hours making new ad creatives. But really, all you have to do when I say new creatives is just test new music, test a different hook. That stuff literally takes 10 minutes to change. So for instance, you saw a bit of those Doggo Robe ads. So let me show you what these new creatives were. Basically, I believe the only thing we changed was the hook itself. So the opening clip, if you change that, it's a new creative. But if you upload the same ad to TikTok, they already recognize it. But if you just change it slightly, it's an all new video. So that's really all that constitutes as a new video. So you don't have to spend all your time editing new ads. It's really not that hard to make a slight tweak. You just have to change one variable. So looking at these ads right here, we just made 2 new creatives. Clips were exactly the same. I believe, yeah, it was just that opening clip. So let's see. So what we did is, does your dog love to get wet and dirty? That was the only thing we changed. There is a different clip here, but let's just see. Boom. So we just had the opening clips being dogs getting wet and they want to get dry. So boom, we introduced our product. Simple as that. Problem, then solution. Wait a minute. You're still watching this video? I gave you 4 methods already. How many more could you possibly need? Well, if all those didn't work, the next thing you can change up is the payment method. So at my ad agency, we right now have 9 clients, and we've had one black sheep where we tried to use one card on different ad accounts with different creatives, with different budgets, different audiences, literally everything, but that card just wouldn't spend money. So we called the bank, there was no holds, there was no nothing. We contacted TikTok, and they just couldn't give us an answer. And this is a very common issue. You'll see it on Reddit, on the internet. This guy has an Amex card. I mean, that is pristine. Facebook will gobble up every single cent and every single credit that you have on that credit line when you're using it. But for some reason, TikTok is a little too bougie. It's a little too pretentious for us. Amex, it's just not fancy and classy enough for our platform. But yeah, you can see right here, people will call TikTok support. They won't get an answer. I just think TikTok as a platform is still obviously in its infancy stages. It's got a lot to work out kink-wise. This shouldn't really be an issue, but yes, some payment methods just don't spend. So if you're on TikTok and you click on the sales marketing channel right here, you can go to payment, manage payments, and this will take you to your TikTok profile. Now, another way you can access this is just go click on the username in the top right, click on payment, and this is where you can go to the payment method screen. So this is where you can change it to PayPal, you can change it to a different card. I would recommend trying out multiple cards before you get into PayPal, but that's just my personal preference. And really see, after you change that payment method, recreate your campaign, see if it starts spending, and if it does, awesome, you solved the issue. If it's not spending with your cards, then again, you might have to change it to PayPal, or again, if you have more cards, try them all out, because it can be a little bit of a pain. But this is how you add a new payment method. You just go to payment summary, add new payment method. This is where you enter all your details. So either a credit or debit card or PayPal. Now, if none of your cards are working, PayPal isn't working either, I would recommend switching your account from auto pay to manual pay and then just depositing money and seeing if that works. And if it doesn't spend money and you already have some funds in here, you obviously want to try to get a refund. Now, the only way you can do that is shutting down the account and then they'll refund you money. But if you're wondering, how do I actually switch the payment type? You go into account setup, go to payment type just like this, and it'll show you which one you already have selected. So for this account, I have auto pay and I can't switch for about a month or 2. And I believe there is a certain payment threshold you have to match in order to switch it from manual to auto or auto to manual. So again, you might have to just end up creating an all new TikTok account, and we already covered how easy that is to do. And then when you're going through the setup process, just choose manual pay, deposit some money, and see if that works. Guys, I do have a life outside of these videos. I understand I post very frequently, but I do have a family. I have other hobbies. I have a girlfriend that I like to hang out with. And you're still here with ad account issues? Well, if your ads are not spending after all of that, I do recommend trying to create an agency account with TikTok. There is an article that explains the whole entire process of how to create one, because you can't do your own research and you're probably illiterate and you probably will never find a winning product because you just don't have the guile. You don't have the passion to do your own research. So Daddy Ethan's gonna do it for you. So I'll link this article in the description. So basically how it works, you need to get a registration link from sales. So you need to reach out to a TikTok rep. You can do this in the customer support section. Usually they also have a one-on-one onboarding call that you can do where you can request this. That's how I personally did it when I was scaling one of my own ad accounts to $7,000 a day. Now, when you scroll down, after you get this number, you log in as a TikTok for Business user. I mean, literally, I'm just gonna read this article. I think you guys can check it out for yourself. But once you have your registration link, complete the info. So you have to put in your LLC. You have to make sure you're actually a legitimate company. Then TikTok will verify all this information, make sure you're legit. They'll approve you. And then obviously you can create a ton of ad accounts. You can have more preferential treatment. And usually, yes, that does mitigate a lot of spending issues. So again, if you want to scroll on down here, tells you, hey, this is the different licenses that you can upload during this section. Here's the contact info. Here's all the cool perks that you get, 10 business centers, 20 number of admins. So I know on my team, we're pretty much stretching that all out, and 5,500 ad accounts. Oof. TikTok knows a lot of ad accounts are getting abandoned. I know there are just certain ad accounts that don't spend money at all, and you just have to leave them in the dust. And then when you have your agency account, you can have a ton of different ad accounts. On this business manager right here for my agency, we have 10 accounts. We're gonna blur all this information out, but yes, it is a cool perk if you really wanna create your own. Now, if you're at this point in the video and you haven't decided to flip burgers at McDonald's or start your own NFT collection, then good on you, because I like that motivation. Now, the next thing you can try out is trying to broaden your audiences, and that can mean just having no interest whatsoever. So if your original campaign is not spending and you did interest targeting, try to create a new campaign where you have no interest whatsoever and it's as broad as possible, and just see if that spends, because really the goal is you're not even worried about purchases at this point. You're just trying to get that ad account to spend some freaking money, and then you can recreate your original campaign with complete payment with your interest and be a little more narrow. But this is, again, straight from TikTok, where they say this in one of their scaling articles. Don't overly narrow your audience. If the audience size is too small, a lot of times it just won't spend money. Now, if you have an audience size that's over 50 million, that's over 100 million, you're good. But if it's not spending money, what I would recommend doing in that case is increasing your bid. So if you have your daily budget for your audience at $20 a day, which I personally test, try raising that to 30, try doing 40, try doing 50. At this point, you're in desperation mode. You just have to put some budget that will actually spend money. So real quick, this is what it would look like settings wise. So you have your awesome TikTok pixel. I would do view content because that's the one that's going to be most likely to spend money with TikTok. Have your TikTok placement, all of these settings I always do. And then for interest, do not select anything. And then when we're going down to bid, if it's not spending at $20, which is the minimum you can do, try 30, try 40, try 50. Keep on trying it and see if it does spend money. And then for the ad, just put one ad in there, just throw in something and see if it does spend. Now, the final thing you can do when you have these ad account spending issues, besides crying, eating ice cream, and watching The Bachelor, is going right here, clicking this question mark that looks like the Riddler, going to customer support, and this is where you cry to a TikTok ad rep and say, why are you guys bullying me? You're being so mean. I've done nothing wrong, etc., etc. So what you're gonna do, go to ad delivery performance. You're gonna do performance fluctuation, put in a ticket just like this. Ads are not spending. Now, with TikTok, they do have better support than Facebook and other platforms, but that doesn't mean they can actually solve your issue. But I have noticed when you do put in a ticket and you do talk to a rep, typically they do a check on your ad account and sort of see what's happening. And I don't know what they do. It's inexplicable because I don't really have anyone on the inside, but they seem to do some sort of performance check where if you do launch a campaign after you talk to a rep, it starts spending. So I would recommend talking to a rep. They're going to tell you, hey, we can't do anything. You know, do your optimization event, try add to cart, you know, to get out of the learning phase. They're just going to give you generic advice. They'll send you an article. They're not going to really change anything. At least that's what it seems. But then just try launching your campaign again after you talk to them and see if it does spend money. Because a lot of times, for some reason, inexplicably, it does work. So for this, we just do ads are not spending, add a group ID. So just select one of your IDs. And this is my ad group ID right here. So we just select that. Click paste. Is the ad group under an iOS dedicated campaign? Yes, just do that.
Issue type, what we're gonna do, insufficient delivery volume. Yes, none at all. And then if you want to go through these other options, budget is consumed earlier than scheduled, budget usage is too low. I would say both of these definitely do work. So we're going to scroll on down. Issue period. Please choose the period during which these issues occurred. Select the dates that you actually have set up your campaigns. So it's going to be different based on that. So literally just say my campaign is not spending despite having all audiences and ads approved for spending. It could literally be as simple as that. If you want to be more detailed and say, hey, my business is on the line, why is this not spending money? Go for it. If you want to really beg and play that game, I mean, they're going to respond to you no matter what. So I think you can just keep it simple, to be honest. Issue screenshot. I don't really do much there. I mean, you can just take a screenshot, super simple on your computer, send in that ticket, talk to the rep. They're going to just say, hey, we can't really do much. Here's an article, but then set up a new campaign. Now, I wanted to include a solution for the homies that are scaling a product, but for some reason, your campaigns just stop spending and you're not making any money, because this has happened to me with my own brands, with my client stores, my agency. And again, referring to this article from TikTok, they literally say when you make drastic changes to your campaign, especially the budget, a lot of times it can just freak out. Your pixel just resets. It doesn't know what the hell to do with all this extra money, and it just basically has a heart attack. Or at least that's what it seems. So it says right here with TikTok, you want to limit budget changes to 30% at a time. And yes, I have tested this where if I had an ad group that was working really well at 20 and then I wanted to duplicate it to 50 or 100, or if I just wanted to edit the original one to $40 a day, which on Facebook would be perfectly fine, on TikTok, it just can't handle it. So I would recommend the minimum changes of 20 to 30%. Now with TikTok, if you want to increase your budget, you can do it only with $10 increments. So it'd have to be 30 to be the next logical step. But that's what I would recommend doing if you have a winning audience. Don't be too big with the changes. You can't go from 20 to 20,000 with your audiences because TikTok doesn't understand it. You can't just go from little babies to you're putting your audiences at war, spending millions and millions of dollars. So again, you got to be compassionate. Don't be too aggressive. Try to do 20 to 30% increases after 2 to 3 days. And if you want, you can duplicate your audience. And then instead of 30, you can do 50. I wouldn't recommend straight up doubling it. So if it's at 20 and you want to double it to 40 or 50, I try that and it's about 50-50 chance it'll actually spend money. So a lot of times you have to play it safe. You have to be more patient, but that is the way to go with TikTok. So it's not like Facebook. You have to be patient with those changes. And then the final thing I noticed when you're trying to scale an audience and you're duplicating it into another campaign is that audiences can interfere. This really sucks with TikTok because that can limit how much you scale. So what you might have to end up doing in a lot of cases is you only have that one audience and you just have to keep on raising the daily budget over time. You can't just straight up make it 5 different times with 5 different budgets like on Facebook. It just doesn't work. A lot of times TikTok, it's just a little bit behind Facebook when it comes to scaling. So you have to play it safe. A lot of times you just have your original campaign, and the best way to scale is just testing different audiences, testing CBOs, testing lookalikes. That's just the most efficient way of scaling. But I hope for the love of God, you guys found one solution in this video that has helped you solve those TikTok ad spending issues. So if you have any other problems, leave it down below in the comments. Let me know on Instagram. I'm always responding to messages. I love talking to you guys on Instagram. So leave a message with any problem or any question that you may have about TikTok ads.